Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with a very significant update now that RJ and Pathfinder have concluded their strike spot here to show us what's coming up in the pipeline, but as well as what to look forward to for the rest of 2025 and 2026. So without further ado, guys, we do actually have something we can share as well. There's notes that I've taken here, but this is the sneak peek that they were able to share with us in terms of a roadmap. So obviously for the next few months here, a couple of things to confirm, and then I'll show you guys the notes real quick. And we also have a code that I'm going to be circulating as well. So sneak peek, guys, chapter 2 of Harbinger. Obviously we know with the Age of Nihilus, the ongoing activities, this was around the corner, but what's really cool is we got some really good kind of silhouette here that this is very likely going to be BLASTAAR for the legendary. So just something to be watching out for there. We have new raids being confirmed coming in the month of August. They didn't say it was early or late, but it's regardless, it's on the horizon for sure. We have the new cross-platform connection here, so I think they're just doing a little bit more work in regards to Discord, connecting with the game and whatnot. So just some small quality of life changes here and there, and they will be circulating this more as development is getting made. Now, Battle World new boss. This was also confirmed now officially to be Sentry, and it does look like the expectation of this is going to be for Q3 September. That's what they have tentatively planned, but as we have seen in the past, there can always be delays depending on the development and whatnot. So that for sure is going to be 100% a factor. We have character upgrades coming along the way, and as you can see in the picture, yes, it is in fact going to be the new ISO-8 purple level 4 and level 5, and that that's going to be interesting because remember the first time that the ISO-8 purple got released, I mean, that's when we saw that Odin was part of Dark Dimension 8, and that was the requirement. It wasn't actually gear tier. So does that mean maybe there's going to be another Dark Dimension requiring perhaps ISO-8 level 4 and 5? That remains to be seen. And then lastly, guys, we do have a brand new war overhaul that's coming into the game. They're changing the way it looks and feels, and as well as some of the rules tied back to war, as this is a very passionate alliance PvP game mode. So it's something to be on the pipeline line for sure. Now, guys, just in case you just wanted to get straight to the code, here is the code. Once again, head over to marvelstrikeforce.com, the community code that you can enter there, and make sure you're logged into your account. It's fully linked. This is going to be 20,000 additional Intel credits with power cores being available. The code being chapter 2 is here. Make sure you guys are trying all caps, because I found in the past that gives you a higher success rate. So let me know down below, guys, if it works for you or you're not. And now let's talk about some of the details, some of the notes I was able to take in if you guys are interested. So Battle World game mode changes. You can see here, as I noted earlier, Sentry is going to be the new boss, but that remains then the question, what's going to happen to Null and obviously his shards no longer being available. Well, it does look like they're taking a look at if he can be included in the Battle World store, if he can later on maybe potentially be part of the seasonal shop, and as well as even Epic campaign. So there's different avenues that are going to be available for us. So that's not an issue or a concern, because they are also thinking about that balance and obviously making sure that folks that may not have been around for the renditions of Battle World are going to have another avenue to gain shards access to Null himself. War game mode, as I alluded to earlier, there's big updates coming, and they're going to be releasing more information in the meantime, so just be on the lookout for that. We have some store changes coming up here. So it was confirmed there's completely no plan right now to do anything with the red stars, so that how it is right now with the red stars is going to be consistent going forward. However, it was actually noted by Ryan Jacobson that Captain Britain diamonds are going to be coming to the shop soon, so be on the lookout for that if you're trying to elevate him obviously to the next level. We have a costume overhaul where Doctor Strange was kind of referenced, because obviously we know he has an alternate skin, but there hasn't been a way to actually access that. But they're doing a review of the costume store right now, so there should be some better changes in quality of life there. Shop credit wise, for newer and mid-game players, this has been an issue because there hasn't really been consistent way to generate this outside of using some intel, but we know the intel credits are very valuable, and they should actually only be used for gear to 20 pieces, especially for the end game players. So that's where that's going. They're going to be reworking and how they can add additional infusion of that for newer players as well as mid-game. Intel store is shutting off soon. Remember, guys, Chapter 1 is wrapping up here in a month, so there's going to be a completely new currency that they're going to be bringing to our table, and they're just waiting on that announcement here. So that's likely going to follow with the announcement of the legendary character, which we speculate to be BLASTAAR. And then as well, another question that was noted by players during the live stream was whether or not the Harbinger tunes will be farmable. They will be, and they will actually be located as well into the Legacy store. So remember, Harbinger tunes will be everything that's been released in Chapter 1 so far, which includes Vigilantes, Thunderbolts, Accursed, and as well as the Fantastic Four MCU. So be on the lookout for that. Definitely exciting for sure. Future events, they were talking about some things to improve on and whatnot, but what we do know is that there are still going to be some future, temporal cataclysm events that we enjoyed. The difficulty of it was actually enjoyable, but they've been able to kind of try out different things like Negative Zone and Danger Room, so that seems to be a consistent trend here, but they are taking mindful attention and feedback to that. Speaking of feedback, Negative Zone was definitely good and bad. They've noticed some obviously huge pain points during these last few weeks. Obviously things like being tied back to leaderboard, the fact that there was 14 days in a row where you had to repeat the event over and over, and it does look like they're steering clear of that going forward, because there's going to be more of a one and done approach where rewards are completed and awarded at the time in X number of days, and that should be it, especially given the content. I don't think there was any issue with the content. It was more so how many times you were doing it each day as part of something that was required, in this case a leaderboard. So the good news is that they're listening, they're aware of all the setbacks and obviously the execution of it, and there is going to be some changes coming in that's better for the player base. Thing and Human Torch Dynamo events are confirmed, so this is going to be coming around in the future, guys. So make sure if you're looking to upgrade both these characters as part of Fantastic Four, don't do it. Save your resources. There's going to be something that's going to reward player base, so we want to be mindful and attentive to that. A Danger Room, absolutely massive hit. I love it. I'm a huge fan of it, and they're going to continue kind of building off that momentum. There's more different versions of Danger Rooms coming, and I just think that they're constantly looking at ways to add to the depth, but I do think it's a really fun game mode, and they are in agreement with that as well, so definitely something to look forward to. As for the 2025 roadmap preview coming, and as well as the Chapter 2 Legendary, there is going to be separate blogs coming out for this, so just be on the lookout for that. We have a 2025 Mutant Raid team confirmed. And remember, I mentioned earlier that there's going to be new raids coming in August. Well, it's very possible that this is going to be the first team that's tied back to that, so be on the lookout and be in preparation for that. As always, we will keep you up to date on the channel as well. 2026 focus are going to be reworked. So a couple of names that were mentioned, and to be honest, not confirmed because there's been ideas and speculation, but it does seem like it's possible there's going to be some changes to Magneto and Crossbones in the future. So don't go full on investing in them. Just wait until the confirmation as per usual. But they had to drop a couple of names just to say, what was kind of talked about and discussed. But again, nothing's been confirmed here. Lastly, guys, hopefully if you've been enjoying all the rest of this other updates here, the quality of life and the resources has been definitely something that many of the player base has been obviously concerned with. Screen time is constantly getting reviewed, so they're always taking in what players are enjoying, what they aren't, and obviously there was a huge fallout of what was happening with the Negative Zone. So the good news is that they're well aware of it, so and there is a quality focus on that gameplay that we're putting in, so they are going to be trying to improve that going forward, which is welcome news for us. And lastly, they are constantly improving Raid, War, and Crucible rewards, and there was teases that there's going to be some more gear tier 20 pieces and maybe even chase items like what we kind of saw with Quicksilver when he was first released and causing Crucible to be awarded as part of some of these overhauls in the game mode. So just something to be on the lookout for, but I am pretty pumped after hearing all this and the feedback, and always a great time to hear back from obviously not just RJ himself, but Pathfinder being a fellow gamer like us. So do let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for your time as always. Hopefully you take advantage of the code, and hopefully you guys enjoyed what's coming up in terms of the pipeline for Marvel Strike Force. Thank you. I'll catch you guys in the next one.